If you need me, just.
Good morning. I hereby call to order the Board of Directors meeting of the New Jersey Transit Corporation, New Jersey Transit Rail Operations, Inc., New Jersey Transit Bus Operation, Inc., New Jersey Transit Mercy, Inc., and New Jersey Transit Morris, Inc.
Good morning. Please mute your phones and turn your attention to the public safety announcement.
In the event of an emergency at NJ Transit, your safety is our top priority. Please pay attention to the following safety instructions. In case of an emergency, announcements will be made over the loudspeaker or by a uniformed police officer. The main exit for this location is the stairwell, located in the lobby next to the elevators. There is a second staircase through the door behind the dais on the right, under the exit sign. If necessary, NJ Transit Police will call 911, administer CPR, and use the defibrillator located near the elevator. Fire extinguishers are located in the front and back of this room. Please do not approach the dais. Documents can be presented to staff at the entrance of the boardroom. Please follow the directions of the NJ Transit Police and staff. Thank you, and have a safe day.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I will now take roll call. Board Member Abrantes. Here. Board Member Brown. Here. Board Member Medina.
Here.
Board Member Nara.
Here.
Board Member Thomas.
Here.
Board Member Weiss.
Here.
Board Member Caniff.
Here.
Board Member Cruz.
Here.
Vice Chair Carson.
Here.
Chair O'Connor.
Here.
For the record, Vice Chair Carson and Board Members Medina, Nara, and Weiss are participating remotely. Board Member Morocco is absent. This is a meeting of the New Jersey Transit Corporation and its affiliates and subsidiaries. Adequate notice has been provided in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act and NJ Transit's enabling legislation. Notice was filed on September 12, 2024 with the Secretary of State and sent to newspapers of general distribution, posted in the main entrance of NJ Transit's headquarters, published on the corporation's website, and sent to each individual agency and organization that requested such notice.
May I have a motion and a second to approve the minutes of the July 24, 2024 board meetings?
Motion, Nara.
Any discussion? Meg, please take a roll call vote.
Roll call vote, Board Member Brontes? Yes. Board Member Medina?
Yes.
Board Member Nara?
Yes.
Board Member Weiss?
Yes.
Board Member Caniff? Yes. Board Member Cruz?
Yes.
Vice Chair Carson?
Yes.
Chair O'Connor?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, President and CEO Corbett will present the President and CEO's monthly report.
Yes, good morning, Chair, thank you, and members of the board, and good morning to all our members of the public joining us in person online, particularly our brothers and sisters from labor here today. I'll begin today with Coach USA's decision to abandon operations on 20 bus routes in Bergen, Hudson, and Passaic counties beginning August 17th with little advance notice to NJ Transit. The timing could not have been worse for the thousands of their customers who depend on these routes, particularly with less than 2 weeks before the start of the school year and employees come back to work in full force after Labor Day. Yet once again, I am pleased to note that we stepped up to ensure the critical bus services remain available for the communities we serve. Beginning on August 17th, NJ Transit initiated an emergency bus service plan ensuring uninterrupted service for the thousands of customers affected by Coach's decision. As this board well knows, this is the 5th time in 2 years that NJ Transit has stepped up to maintain continuity in bus services for abandoned routes. Last year, we absorbed abandoned private sector carrier routes from DeCamp, A&C, Coach O&E, and TransDev in Monmouth County. While in the interest of New Jersey commuters, we once again stepped up to provide continuity of service for our customers, it should be noted that these efforts significantly strain NJ Transit's financial and human resources. As a result of this recent Coach USA abandonment alone, NJ Transit has assumed 20 new routes which require more than 150 buses. While Mike Kilcoyne and his team continue to make these bus service takeovers appear seamless from the rider's perspective, I can assure you that a tremendous amount of work goes on behind the scenes to coordinate logistics, manage resources, and maintain operational integrity to be able to effectively absorb this additional service. In that regard, we're grateful to Governor Murphy signed Bill S-2607 into law last Thursday, which requires private bus companies to give riders, public officials, and NJ Transit more advance notice before ceasing operations. Sponsored by lawmakers from Hudson and Essex counties, including New Jersey State Senate Majority Leader and a tireless transportation advocate, Teresa Ruiz, this legislation directly addresses the abrupt service terminations we've faced over the past 2 years. The new law requires private carriers to provide NJ Transit and the New Jersey Motor Vehicle Commission with 4 months' notice before substantially curtailing service, and they are required to provide their customers with 3 months' notice and hold at least one public meeting within 15 days notification to customers. Shifting from our bus operations to rail service, I'd like to highlight the exceptional work NJ Transit has done supporting large-scale events at MetLife Stadium as we continue to prepare for the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Since our last board meeting, we have provided seamless service to 5 major events at MetLife Stadium, including a Real Madrid versus Barcelona soccer match, Kenny Chesney and Zach Brown concert, and a Giant versus Viking games, reflecting the beginning of a busy NFL season ahead, where NJ Transit will be offering train service to and from Secaucus Junction for every Jets and Giants home game, including a Jets versus Patriots game tomorrow evening. And we can't speak about MetLife without talking a bit about our continuing preparation for the biggest event ever that's coming here in less than 2 years, the 2026 FIFA World Cup. NJ Transit, along with Rutgers University Center for Advanced Infrastructure and Transportation, and UITP, the International Association for Public Transport, will host the second in a series of workshops focused on public transport for large-scale events. We'll be hosting representatives from LA Metro as they prepare for the 2028 Olympics, representatives from Paris as they just hosted the 2024 Summer Olympics, and many others. This collaboration is in addition to our ongoing coordination with the FIFA 2026 World Cup Host Committee, the Regional Plan Association, and other stakeholders to evaluate the best practices both nationally and internationally and to determine the additional resources necessary to ensure that the transportation component of the Games sets a new standard of excellence for global events like the World Cup. While preparing for these major upcoming events, NJ Transit is also focused on maximizing accessibility across our network. As you all well know from the numerous recent enhancements I've reported at previous board meetings, NJ Transit has made significant strides in improving accessibility over the past 6 years. Our 4th Accessibility Forum held here last week on September 11th was another step forward in these efforts. Accessibility forums are designed to educate the public on the many services and features that make our system as accessible and inclusive as possible and provide an opportunity for public feedback and have questions answered. The event was well attended with approximately 50 in-person attendees and more than 200 joining us on Zoom and viewing the live stream, and many more watching the post-event YouTube video. Customers who were not able to attend can view the presentation online at njtransit.com/accessibility. Moving from our focus on accessibility to another vital priority, I'd like to highlight our ongoing efforts to promote safety across our network, especially as the new school year begins. As many of you know, every year Operation Lifesaver holds a concentrated week of rail safety education, focusing attention on the importance of making safe choices when driving or walking near railroad tracks and trains. Formerly known as Rail Safe Week, this week has been renamed See Tracks, Think Train. Week begins on Monday. Aligned with this week, and as part of NJ Transit's comprehensive safety education program, NJ Transit is kicking off the school year with 4 innovative initiatives for students of all ages. They include Special Seat, which addresses the importance of rail safety for students with special needs, Protecting Our Pedestrians, which is designed to encourage pedestrian safety for students in pre-K through 12th grade, and Safety Town, which provides instructions to children of safety measures in a mobile replica town, and Safety Rules, which promotes general safety around the transit system. For more information on these programs, please visit njtransit.com/safety. I'd also like to share some encouraging national safety trends. Data released by the Federal Railway Administration this past March confirmed that the industry's safety-centered approach has made the last decade the safest ever for rail. Specifically, as reported by the FRA, train accidents has declined by 27% nationwide since 2000 and 6% since 2022. While any one accident can be a tragedy, this positive trend reflects the impact of safety awareness programs and technological advancements, such as positive train control, which are enhancing rail safety across the nation. Moving on to the agenda for this morning, today the board will consider advancing our much-anticipated County Yard Delco Lead Storage and Inspection Facility. After completing site clearing work through this project's first contract, this morning we will seek board approval for the project's second, nearly $500 million contract, awarding the construction for a significant resiliency project that will create a safe haven for rail cars and locomotives in case of a severe weather event. Equipment stored in this location will be positioned out of flood-prone areas and optimally situated for complete inspections and rapid return to service on the North Jersey coastline, Raritan Valley line, and Northeast Corridor. This project is not only critical for resiliency, but also for accommodating the 174 new multi-level rail cars New Jersey Transit has purchased since 2018. The first 4, which are expected to go to Pueblo, Colorado by the end of this year for their high-speed qualification test before returning here for revenue service. On August 29th, I was pleased to visit Alstom's manufacturing facility in Plattsburgh, New York, to tour the facility and see firsthand the progress on all the new rail cars that are being assembled there, which will significantly improve service reliability and comfort and dramatically decrease our mean distance between failures as we phase out the 40-year-old arrows and other old equipment. I was also joined on our visit to Alstom by the Federal Transit Administration's Region 2 Administrator, Mike Collada, who has also joined me on previous day of the tour of Port of Coymans in Albany, New York, where the arches for our Portal North Bridge replacement project are being built and assembled. We inspected the bridge's 3 main arch spans, each weighing approximately 2,500 tons and measuring about 400 feet long and 80 feet tall. We're looking forward to celebrating the installation of these arches, which will be floated by barge down the Hudson River at roughly 1 per month beginning this November. And I'm sure many of you have seen, if you've been riding on the Northeast Corridor between Newark and New York, Portal Bridge continues to proceed at a blistering pace. When the 3rd arch is secured in place in early February, the bridge will effectively be structurally completed. Allowing Amtrak approximately 1 year to complete the necessary catenary signal and rail work, the bridge remains right now to be on schedule to open its first track in 2026. And with the right support from Amtrak, we expect we'll even come in under budget. Connected to our progress on the Portal North Bridge, we were honored by the Federal Transit Administration who chose Newark as the host city for its annual Construction Roundtable Conference held last week from September 10th through the 12th at the DoubleTree Newark over in Penn Station. And of course, part of that was based on the remarkable project on Portal. Immediately following the conference on Tuesday, I was pleased to join the FTA Administrator Veronica Vanderpool and a host of other industry leaders from around the country on a tour of the Portal North site, providing a valuable opportunity to showcase this progress on the ground and to show the best practices for the industry nationally. Moving on to updates regarding our people, our new Company Employee Research Group, or CERGs as we call them, for the U.S. military veterans and their allies, now named Military to Mobility, is off to a fast start, supporting or organizing several initiatives to honor our service members and support our military community. As Navy veterans, both me and our Chief Marketing Officer, Vaughn Williams, are proud members of this new CERG. And while we try not to let our Navy backgrounds overly influence policy, we are pleased that NJ Transit provided free rides to all active duty and veteran military members during the week of September 9th. This was in honor of the commissioning of the USS New Jersey, the Navy's new fast attack submarine at Naval Weapons Station Earl in Colts Neck this past Saturday. This week-long initiative, which also meant to honor the bravery and sacrifice of our service members in connection with 9/11, is in addition to the always discounted travel we provide to eligible military personnel and veterans and reflect our deep appreciation for their service and sacrifice. I'm also pleased to announce this past Tuesday, our Senior Vice President Chief Admin Officer, Benu Thomas, signed an employee recruitment and outreach agreement between New Jersey Transit and the United States Army Reserve, again, showing we have no bias here. This agreement will help connect veterans, soldiers, and their families with meaningful employment opportunities at NJ Transit. Partnering with the Army Reserve Public-Private Partnership offices, we will support soldiers transitioning to civilian careers, providing resources that promote financial stability and community integration. I also look forward to joining NJT Commission, our good board chair, Fran O'Connor, this Monday at Newark Penn Station, along with other members of our Military to Mobility CERG, to formally unveil 2 special new bus wraps designed to raise awareness about suicide prevention, particularly among military veterans. These wrap buses, introduced in alignment with Suicide Prevention Month this September, will serve as a visual reminder of the support available to those struggling, prominently displaying the suicide prevention hotline, which is simply 988. As we continue to strengthen our commitment to supporting both our employees and the communities we serve, I'm pleased to welcome back to our organization Joelle Gokul, who will serve as our new Chief of Human Resources. Joelle previously served as the Head of Human Resources at the Gateway Development Commission, as well as here as Deputy Chief of Human Resources previously. So we're glad to have Joel back. He spent nearly 12 years at the MTA, where he held various HR roles, including leading the people analytics and HR transformation efforts over there. With our continued effort to foster a stimulating and supportive work environment for nearly 12,000 employees, it's particularly gratifying to share the news that Forbes has once again recognized NJ Transit as one of the top employers in New Jersey. For the 4th straight year, Forbes has named NJ Transit to its renowned America's Best in-State Employers 2024 list. As I draw to a close, I'd like to highlight another noteworthy community building and support initiative introduced last month through a new partnership between NJ Transit, the John Bon Jovi Soul Foundation, and the collaborative support programs of New Jersey and the Volunteers of America Delaware Valley. On August 26th, our Police Chief Chris Trusillo and NJ Transit Chief Legal Officer and General Counsel Brian Wilton joined these new partners at our historic Red Bank Station to launch an innovative new program called Chance for Change, which provides a digital avenue for customers to donate safely and effectively to help those in need. By leveraging a convenient QR code-based online donation platform, contributions are delivered directly to supporting agencies providing direct assistance to people experiencing homelessness, substance abuse, or other social service needs. The program is now available at njtransit.com/change and also through QR codes on posters at NJ Transit facilities, digital advertising screens, and social media, and on NJ Transit's mobile app. Under the leadership of Chief Trusillo, along with Inspector Nick Capriglione and their outreach officers, this program is a win-win for all involved, with increased support for partner agencies, more help for those in need, and a safe, secure way for our customers to contribute. Finally, I'm pleased to report this past Sunday, NJ Transit hosted a successful Meet Our Rail Fleet Past and Present event at Hoboken Terminal, where the public explored iconic locomotives, rail cars, and celebrated New Jersey's rich railroad history. Presented in conjunction with the United Railroad Historical Society and the Whippany Railway Museum, this event featured special appearance by the historic subscription club car number 2454, unique vehicle once operated on the so-called Millionaires Express from Hoboken to Gladstone and recently restored to its 1930s splendor. Admission was free, and we were delighted by the strong public turnout, with more than 1,500 people attending. I'd like to thank everyone involved for making it a memorable and engaging day. And with that, Chair, I conclude my remarks and turn the floor back to you.
Thank you, Kevin. Right now, Anna Marie Ganella Rosado will present the Advisory Committee report.
Thank you. Good morning, Chairman O'Connor, Vice Chair, board members, and staff. The Joint PAC meeting met virtually on September 13th and began with Eugenia Taylor, Project Manager, Capital Programs, who gave an update on the Newark Penn Station modernization project. We received a legislative update from John Del Colli, Senior Director, Legislative Relations, and updates from Government and Community Relations Senior Director, Barbara Lazaro, and her staff. Senior Vice President and COS Justin Davis reported on the ongoing dialogue between Transit and Amtrak on the Northeast Corridor issues. In the month of August, Transit hosted 2 in-person public hearings in Lyndhurst on the future of the Kingsland Rail Station. Transit also initiated an emergency bus service plan in Bergen, Passaic, and Hudson counties for routes abandoned by Coach USA. Further, Transit added temporary peak period busing at select Riverline stations to enhance customer service options while operating every 30 minutes during weekdays from all stations. And Governor Murphy announced a transit fare holiday beginning August the 26th through September 2nd. Student initiatives resumed for the fall school semester. The buy 3 months of tickets, get 1 free student pass discount program is back. Also, Transit kicked off the new school year with its safety education program. Regular rail service to the MetLife Stadium for Jets and Giants home games began September 8th. And as President and CEO Kevin Corbett reported, Transit honored active duty military members, reservists, retirees, veterans, and their dependents with free system-wide rides to celebrate the USS New Jersey commissioning that began September 9th through the 14th. I virtually attended the New Jersey Transit Accessibility Forum that was held on September 11th. The forum provided the opportunity for the public to comment on related accessible services and the experiences of customers with disability. Lastly, our next joint PAC meeting is scheduled for Friday, October 25th. This concludes my report, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Anna Marie. Are there any comments from the public?
There are 2 in-person speakers and 3 pre-registered telephone speakers. Speakers, in order to give everyone an opportunity to be heard, comments will be limited to 3 minutes. Priority access will be given to in-person speakers. We will then take comments from pre-registered telephone speakers, followed by any additional telephone participants who are queued to speak. Those participating by telephone, if you have not already done so, please press star 1 on your telephone keypad to enter the queue to speak. You will hear a brief tone to indicate you have successfully entered the queue. The first speaker is Orlando Riley, followed by Glenn Corbett.
Good morning. Before I start, I'd like to thank all the ATU members who are in attendance today, and I would just ask that you all would just please stand. Thank you. Good morning, President Corbett, Chair O'Connor, and the rest of the board. My name is Orlando Riley. I'm the chairman of the Amalgamated Transit Union, New Jersey State Council, and we represent the bus operation agreement employees in New Jersey Transit. July 1st, I addressed the board regarding Aetna possibly replacing Horizon as our healthcare provider. Since that meeting, we've been informed that Horizon coverage would be extended through the entire year of 2025, but New Jersey Transit has not provided any information regarding coverage after 2025. So I just want to give you a few facts. You may or you may not know that bus operators work under some of the most demanding and stressful, unhealthy conditions. They face several physical issues related to the nature of their job, These conditions include cardiovascular disease, hypertension, and diabetes. Some of these contributing factors include the sedentary nature of our job, sitting in the seat for hours, and reduced opportunity to eat healthy. Bus operators don't have a scheduled lunch break. Some may have sufficient time to eat, but often many find themselves with a few minutes to use the restroom after a break and then grab something to eat. This, not to mention, are thousands of maintenance and retired members. We do understand that you have a fiduciary responsibility as board members, that you must make decisions in the best interests of New Jersey Transit. But what does that really mean? Is your fiduciary responsibility to choose an unproven healthcare provider to support a workforce with numerous health conditions exacerbated by the nature of their job? Because the healthcare company can supposedly provide equal or better service for less money. How can Aetna achieve this? By paying hospitals and doctors less? By paying the employees less? By not providing the employees with the best possible health care? Don't believe the stats and the metrics that are going to be presented to you. You cannot get equal or less, or equal or better by paying millions less. It just does not happen. I believe acting in the best interests of New Jersey Transit is continuing to provide the best quality health care for its employees, those employees who face assaults daily. I believe acting in the best interest of New Jersey Transit is to attract and retain people to operate and repair the buses that many New Jersey taxpayers, rely on every day. When New Jersey Transit hires new agreement employees, the union, we attend that orientation meeting. And some of those positions are for cleaners, service people. They're entry-level positions. They don't make much money. They make about $18 an hour. We tell them that this is a great company and there's room for growth. But we tell them there's two reasons to work here, because you're not going to make a lot of money in your entry-level position. And that's your pension and the health benefits, period. That's our discussion to them. We understand there's pressure to reduce costs, cut. We were victorious in a long fight to receive dedicated funding for our company. Not this company, our company. Sometimes you just can't cut. You must invest in your employees. We have proven that we are indeed essential employees. So we're telling you, please continue to provide what is necessary to protect your essential employees. Thank you.
Thank you. The next speaker is Glenn Corbett, followed by Jerome Johnson.
Hi, my name is Glenn Corbett, yes, C-O-R-B-E-T-T, same spelling as the president here. No relation. So I'm here today before you, and thank you for inviting me to speak. I'm a self-appointed emissary from the 320 Park and Ride North Bergen. I was here about 10 years ago when we saw an influx of folks coming after Sandy, coming into North Bergen because they couldn't get in through the trains. They came to our lot. It filled it up, and I recommended back then that we extend the lot further up in property that you folks have access to, and it worked pretty well for a long time. Of course, COVID came, the numbers went back down again. But I want to tell you, I've been with the 320 line for a long time, actually since the late 70s. I've been there when there's people in the toll booth. I was there when all these things happened. It's an incredibly wonderful service that transit provides. I can't say enough about it in the sense that it does provide really good service, other than what I'm going to talk about today. I even recommend it to folks who are coming in, bringing family in, because it's a great way to park the car, go as a family, and not have to park in the city. The reason I'm here today is for a couple things. One is the number one issue is that we are being flooded with hotel folks coming from Harmon Cove. The bus line has the route, starts in Harmon Cove and eventually gets to us in the North Bergen Park and Ride lot. So the disaster yesterday and the bigger disaster last Tuesday really exacerbate the situation. So week ago Tuesday, here come the 320s in. They're completely full, standing with hotel people. And we wave as they go by. There's 150 New Jersey residents or people in the region here, not tourists. They're all standing in line waiting to get on that bus. We all have jobs. I'm a college professor at John Jay. I teach public administration and fire science. That's what I do. I have a classroom I've got to stand in front, and taking the bus is an important thing to me. So what I'm asking you to do is go back and look at that line. Break away the hotel people, okay? Give them their own separate line. Those folks, it's incredible. If you think about it, all of us like to go to Paris one day. Stay outside, half an hour outside Paris, have a bus, pick them up at their front door and take them right into the Arc de Triomphe. Wouldn't that be wonderful, like for $5? That's what we're offering to these folks. We're giving them an incredible door-to-door service from New Jersey at a cheap hotel right into Times Square, basically. So I'm asking you, please do something about this, all right? Because it's a problem. There's a lot of angry people, and that's why I'm here today, because I'm not teaching today. I'm able to do this. So I'm just asking you, please deal with that. One little suggestion also, 2 student driver buses went by us last Tuesday, okay? Meaning there's a driver and a student in there, right? There's a newbie behind the wheel. I don't understand why that bus, okay, am I over here? All right, okay.
Please stand by, everybody.
Thank you. The next speaker is Jerome Johnson, followed by the telephone speakers.
Hey, what you waiting on? Come on, Los. Good morning. Chairman O'Connor, Vice Chair Carson, President Corbett, esteemed board. It's hard to follow behind Chairman Riley, right? Because his message is concise, clear, stats, right? He knows what he's talking about. But our message is the same. You see, everybody in here pretty much is labor. We cannot continue to have a managerial and labor relationship if we're not open and honest with each other at all times. We were blindsided with this, right? I believe the governor, President Corbett, we built a relationship knowing that management and labor have to respect one another. But the problem is when we start getting blindsided. The problem is when we have other people that don't understand rail running rail operations from the 9th floor. It's ridiculous. Orlando said it best.
cheaper cannot always be better. Look at our flexible spending account. We went from task to WEX. Why? The service is worse, our people aren't happy, and this is all about medical benefits. Our medical benefits is all that we have. Pension, medical. Can't say it any better. That's what we strive for. I have a son out here. We have family members out here, and we push them out here to come out here to make a decent living, but they can take care of their children with their benefits. We have members right now that have cancer. They're young. They're in their 40s that have cancer. They have their doctors. The cancer goes away. The cancer comes back. We know how it is. Cancer is one of the deadliest things ever. This person has his doctors that he's comfortable with, and people are willing to uproot their medical benefits from somebody that has reoccurring cancer that comes out here and works every day. When are we going to have a little bit of compassion and stop looking at the bottom line all the time? You can't do that with benefits. I'm listening to President Corbett report, and we're talking about fair holidays, how we're supporting this, how we're supporting that. What about supporting us? That fair holiday was revenue lost. Revenue lost. But now you want to take it out. You want to give the customers, and rightfully so, even though it wasn't your fault, with the bad summer, it was Amtrak's fault, but the governor gave the passengers a week of free rides. That's supporting the passengers. We're asking you to support your essential frontline employees. Please, we should not have to come up here every month begging for you to keep our health benefits. Blue Cross Blue Shield, I've had it for 26 years. Right? I'm on a leave of absence. My wife has Aetna. I don't have Blue Cross Blue Shield anymore. I want Blue Cross Blue Shield. I have Aetna. Please look at us as human beings. We're not robots. You know, I want to say real quick about the assaults, because this is all ties in. We're not robots. I got to keep saying that. We don't sign up to come to work to get assaulted. We have members here that have been spit on. We have females that have been punched. And we're the ones that are being convicted. We're being tried 3 times. We're coming to work getting assaulted. Then we're getting written up when we protect ourselves. Then we got to go to court and pay for a lawyer. Who is supporting their frontline employees? We're asking you to do that. Enough is enough. We do not get the education on de-escalation training. I mean, we have a PowerPoint telling us how to de-escalate the situation from people that don't even understand what working on a train or a bus is. We have people that don't understand being a frontline employees making decisions for us. When is enough enough? Look at us as human beings. Look at us as your brothers and your sisters. I sit there with President Corbett all the time. Brother Corbett, right? We're supposed to be family. Well, treat us like that. And let me tell you one thing else. We're speaking for the voiceless too. It's not just us. Your managers in rail and probably bus, non-agreement, they don't have a voice. And they're coming to us asking us for our help, labor's help, because they don't have any say. But we do, and we will continue to pack these meetings until we get what we want. Thank you.
Thank you. Operator, please open the floor to public comments by telephone participants.
Thank you. As a reminder, if you have not already done so, please press *1 on your telephone keypad to enter the queue to speak. You will hear a brief tone to indicate you've successfully entered the queue. Each speaker will be given 3 minutes for their public comment. A warning will be provided with 1 minute remaining, and again with 15 seconds remaining. There are 7 public comments from the lines. The first public comment is coming from Matty Bucas Highlands. Matty, your line is live.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, go ahead, sir.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matty Bucky's Highland. for today, I do agree with, President Corbett's report on, about the bill that, that Majority Leader Teresa Ruiz sponsored, along with Assemblywomen Pinter Marin and Quijano. Well, I want to get on to the safety and fares. The first being is that safety. We have to make sure that everybody is safe. We are not California, as Sheriff Wayne Ivey says of the Brevard County Sheriff's Office in Florida. And the second thing is it's necessary to raise fares according to what an MTA Commissioner Neil Zuckerman is saying, N-E-A-L, Zuckerman. Because, this is like probably a multi-billion-dollar house with assets and stuff like that. But I want to move on briefly to an old business topic. And last time I spoke about the station, I also want to give a shout to also Mayor Chris Bolwage, as well as Union County Commissioners as well. Well, as we get ready for this, as we get ready for the autumn, I hope it's necessary. I don't know. It's important that we have predictable fare increases, and which is to prevent big fare hikes as well. With that being said, everybody, have a great day, and God bless each and every one. Thank you very much, operator.
Thank you. The next public comment is coming from Andy Weiss. Andy, your line is live, and your time will now begin.
Good morning. The NJ Transit Board stole our customer advocate. 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 Democrats are stealing our mandated customer advocate away from the people. Again, Democrats are stealing our mandated customer advocate away from the people. We need someone else in charge of hiring our mandated customer advocate. Board member Shanti Nara has not been transparent about the customer advocate vacancy and has failed. We need more than one customer advocate. In case they go on vacation or sick, we need more than one customer advocate. It's obvious. No more politicians on the NJ Transit Board. Again, no more politicians on the NJ Transit Board. Politicians are partisan people and should never be installed on the NJ Transit Board. Never, never, never. Governor Murphy, your administration is corrupt and cruel. The NJ Transit Bus Division is sending buses into service that are filled with live roaches. Again, the NJ Transit Bus Division is sending buses into service that are filled with live roaches. The NJ Transit bus garages are not cleaning the buses and are not maintaining the buses. NJ Transit riders were stuck in a bus for 2 hours with live roaches all over the bus per a tweet on social media. I could see the roaches running around on the bus when I watched the video that was posted on X. The New Jersey State Health Department needs to inspect all NJ Transit buses because they are unsanitary. The New Jersey State Health Department needs to inspect all NJ Transit buses because they are unsanitary and filthy. Again, the New Jersey State Health Department needs to inspect all NJ Transit buses because they are unsanitary and filthy. Why are NJ Transit buses leaving the garages with live roaches? Does Michael Kilcoyne care? Michael Kilcoyne, why are buses with roaches allowed to leave the bus garages? Why are filthy buses leaving bus garages? We need supervision in the NJ Transit bus garages because they're sending out filthy and unsanitary buses, and the buses are not maintained properly. The NJ Transit Board stole our customer advocate. The NJ Transit Board stole our customer advocate.
15 seconds remaining.
The NJ Transit Board stole our customer advocate. How dare you? Give us a customer advocate. Thank you.
Thank you. The next public comment will be from David Peter Allen. David, your line is live, and your time will now begin.
Good morning. I am David Peter Allen. I have served as chair of the Senior Citizens and Disabled Residents Transportation Advisory Committee, ScatterTAC, and the Lackawanna Coalition in the past, and remain a member of both. I make this statement in my personal capacity. The Accessibility Forum last Wednesday attracted many more attendees than last year's event, and the organizers deserve to be complimented. It was well produced and helpful. Many of this year's attendees, including those online, complained about Access Link. I was not surprised because I have been hearing similar complaints for years. With the Justice Department watching Access Link closely pursuant to a consent agreement, I hope that Access Link's riders will be given more opportunities not only to express their concerns, but also to have them taken seriously by Access Link's managers. I had prepared to make a statement too, but technical difficulties prevented that. I had planned to address a broader issue about access, and since I could not deliver it then, I will deliver it now. Ed Hoff, who I commend for producing and moderating the Accessibility Forum, has a copy of it for the record. I am thoroughly familiar with the rail scene here at New Jersey Transit and nationally. I am also familiar with accessibility issues. As a non-motorist who depends on transit because of a disability, I appreciate the position of persons with disabilities and others who depend on New Jersey Transit for their mobility. There is another aspect of accessibility that I present today. I first mentioned it in a statement I filed last June objecting to the proposed closing of the Kingsland train station. I note that the word accessibility comes from access, and that the proposed closure of the Kingsland station would remove some mobility access for riders who depend on New Jersey Transit, whether they live with one or more disabilities or they depend on transit for another reason like age, lack of funds to purchase and operate a private vehicle, or in some cases by choice. While improving accessibility at the Lyndhurst station for persons with disabilities is commendable, the proposed concurrent loss of the Kingsland station would deprive rail riders of the connection to the 76 bus, which can now take them to places like Newark, Hackensack, and Rutherford, also while depriving bus riders of a rail connection. This means less access and consequently less accessibility when viewed in a broad context. I previously urged that New Jersey Transit keep both stations open. Today, I urge that you think about accessibility in a broad context, as broad as the context of mobility itself. All of us who depend on the transit you provide deserve this. Thank you.
Thank you. The next public comment will be from Jason Anthony. Jason, your line is live and your time will now begin.
Good morning, Kevin, Stephen, Corbett. Good morning, Shanti Nara. I hope that you are paying attention. And good morning to every New Jersey Transit Corporation board member. This is Jason Anthony, a proud member of the Long Island Railroad Accessibility Task Force and a proud member of the accessibility community in the state of New York. I proudly thank you, David Peter Allen, of representing the disability community in the Garden State. Yours surely was in attendance in the Accessibility Forum, and it was a disgrace because several questions wasn't answered. Like, for instance, I was at Penn Station, New York, and asked a simple question that rest of the people that uses New Jersey Transit Rail Operations, Inc. don't even ask. Like, for example, what if a person uses, like, for example, a wheelchair or a walker, needs assistance, like, for example, Metro North and Long Island Railroad, they have a service called Long Island Railroad Cares that have ambassadors assisting the rider with escorting them from the platform to the train without needing a ramp. And if they need assistance at X or Y station, the commuter could press a button. Why is it that New Jersey Transit is still stuck in the 19th century? And why is it that we still have to use a telephone to access this meeting? Why is it that the board members uses Teams instead of us? because the MTA, in other words, the Metropolitan Transportation Authority, since the pandemic, enabled us to use Zoom in all of their meetings, in other words, the subcommittees and the board meetings, to let us express publicly, either in person or online, to have our opinions heard. So, Kevin Stephen Corbett, either you make changes now or you have to resign right now, because I am sick and tired
15
of
seconds remaining.
hearing you speak with no presentation, or we have to send Jan Lieber to New Jersey. And Shantinara, we need a customer service advocate now, or you have to go also. Thank you for your time. Have a nice day.
Thank you. The next public comment is coming from Anna Leone. Anna, your line is live, and your time will now begin.
Thank you. First of all, I wanted to thank all the board members for their time and dedication. I know it's a very difficult job listening to mostly false complaints, as I will attest to. But I wanted to start off by saying thank you very much. I brought this up years ago with respect to 99 Kinderkamack Road, Westwood. And it's a medical building. It's called the Breast Rehabilitation and Lymphatic Center for those that have suffered cancer and need treatment, such as myself. And finally, Access Link does go to the center, as I discovered within the past 3 weeks. And I was very thankful for that, because last year it cost me $3,033 to get there via Uber. So I appreciate that, and I thank you very much. Secondly, what I wanted to mention, I don't know if there is a policy, but about 3 weeks ago on a Friday, I was so frustrated because the phone lines were down. Once again, with Access Link, it goes down very, very often. And so I was so frustrated that I called the governor's office, and then they connected me to someone in New Jersey Transit. They were not aware of the fact that the system had been broken and went down again. And I thought I was talking with customer service, and the woman was very nice, took all the information down, was not aware that one could not make appointments and that the whole system was down. And it turned out to be, I believe it was Mr. Corbett. I don't know her title, but she was very pleasant, Trish. And I said, oh, my goodness, I spoke with you about 2.5, 3 years ago. And so she took all the information down. 1 minute remaining. Okay. And what I wanted to say was that day was a horrid day. I was picked up at one location, went to another location, and the person was a no-show. And I remained on the bus for an hour and 10 minutes because the driver could not get through to the base and could not get through to New Jersey Transit. So please, I don't know if there's a rule, but please establish some sort of ruling that within a couple of minutes or whatever, that the driver should be able to make his or her decision and accommodate the passengers and not allow the passengers to be there for an hour and 10 minutes. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. The next public comment will be from Maureen Conway. Maureen, your line is live, and your time will now begin. Maureen, please go ahead. Please check your mute button. Hello, Maureen. If you're on the line, please go ahead. Okay, we will come back to Maureen. The next public comment will be from Charlie Kretoval. Charlie, your line is live, and your time will now begin.
Yes, good morning, board members. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, great. So I continue to have concerns about poor service, bad safety, reliability, and the cost to the public of NJ Transit, especially now that you've implemented perpetual fare hikes. I think the gentleman who spoke previously made a good point about the fare holiday. that, at the end of the day, it's revenue lost on your balance sheet, and you've been talking a lot about the need to raise fares and, even proposing closing a station. So I would like to ask how much revenue was lost due to the fare holiday. Do you have an estimate? Hello?
Apologies, Charlie. Please continue with your comments.
Yes, I had asked a question. How much revenue was lost due to the fare holiday?
Okay, Charlie, we're not answering questions during public comments, so please continue.
Okay, how can I get an answer to the question then? I've asked questions before. I've been promised to get follow-up and haven't gotten it, so I'm just at a loss here for how the board's operating. But I also wanted to speak about the Greater New Brunswick Transportation Study. This was something that the board obviously had an outside contractor do. It's HNTB, and there's a pretty glaring error in this study. Under 2.2 existing conditions, the entire study was done under the premise that there are 5 Middlesex County area transit local lines running throughout New Brunswick, and that is wrong. Those lines, almost all of those lines were shut down immediately in the pandemic and never came back. So I would like to ask, how did this error occur? Will HNTB correct this error, and what are you doing to replace the bus service that the county took from us? I'll note that the county is aware of this error. I've brought it to the attention of Commissioner Nara, who is also on this board, and I've brought it to the attention of others. And I would like to know, this is a pretty glaring error. If you are doing a study about how to improve transportation and you're making assumptions about services that exist that really don't, that's a fantasy, and the entire study needs to be adjusted and republished with correct
15
information.
seconds remaining.
So I'm asking how this error occurred. Will HNTB correct the error? And what are you, NJ Transit, going to do for the people of New Brunswick? I'll look forward to getting answers. I hope somebody can reach out to me. You have my phone number, but now would be a great time to answer the questions in public.
Thank you. The next public comment will be from Maureen Conway. Maureen, your line is live.
Yes.
Please begin.
Thank you very much. Good morning, and I appreciate your time. I'm very sorry to hear about how hard it is for the New Jersey Transit employees, and the ones I've talked to at the Port Authority bus terminal do give me similar stories, so I understand that. I wanted to ask them if the public advocate position is going to remain open, and since it's been open, let's say, close to 2 years, I know it's not exact, can we at least get emergency procedures in place for times when the Amtrak power goes out? If any of you saw the article in Bloomberg, my apologies for not attaching it to my pre-registration, but there were people stuck in 90-degree heat for 3 hours, and at least the way Bloomberg News is reporting it, they were told either get electrocuted or get arrested. People were stripping on the train. There was no water. There was nothing available to these people. To me personally, it sounded like a horror movie, and I understand the week was for the commuters, but that doesn't solve the problem, and it's not just your problem. It is a problem with the federal agencies as well, because I tried to go above New Jersey Transit to federal agencies, and they don't seem to care about the everyday commuter either. Now, I'm not saying you don't care. I'm saying that at least emergency supplies should be on these trains so that if these people are going to get stuck again, that they don't have to worry about their health. Having to worry about their health to get home from work does not seem like an option. And that's all I have to say. You can take the rest of my time for the next person. I appreciate you listening.
Thank you. And there was one more public comment in queue. It's coming from... Actually, unfortunately, the final public commenter has disconnected. There are no other public comments at this time.
Thank you. We have one more in-person speaker, Vito Havrilla, in the room.
Hi, my name is Vito Havrilla. I am the Vice Chair and Legislative Director for the Lackawanna Coalition. We are an independent transit advocacy organization. We meet in Millburn, fourth Monday of every month. And our website is lackawannacoalition.org. We just published our latest copy of the Railgram. If anybody's interested, see me, I'll give you a copy. And I'm going to read our board statement. Fair holidays reveal an issue of a lack of connectivity. Our membership director, George Coffer, notes that the relating to the politics of this decision, the fair holiday from August 26th to December 2nd, was the biggest thing that drew attention for all the recent issues in the Northeast Corridor. At the same time, it shouldn't be acceptable to have buses with important regional connections such as the 819 and the 819 and the 986 operating on weekdays only until about 6 to 7 p.m. Those bus routes don't even get much attention when there's an issue with the rail system, and those bus routes can be used to get to and from an alternate rail line. Outside of us transit advocates, you don't see a lot of those suburban rail riders complaining, oh, I managed to get to Plainfield, and I found out the last 819 to get me to Metuchen. Why does the bus route end so early? But you hear a lot, oh, I had to take an expensive train ride from New York to Metuchen. Next. Where am I? Comments from some members and colleagues regarding the ability or lack thereof. Stay informed, NJT. From David Peter Allen, I use Amtrak's Track Your Train map all the time I travel, including my current trip to New Orleans. I don't know why NJT would not want us to know where our trains are. Departure fiction, as Sally calls it, that's our chair, isn't as helpful or accurate. It should be either. On the bus side, I have found lately that my bus can't tell me where my bus is located for about a quarter of the rides I've taken. The GPS system on buses don't seem to work right. From John Bobson, they could start better train tracking by enabling public access to the GPS mapping tracking map we know they had for years, which used to track train position until they apparently got wise and made it password protected. Most other agencies, including Amtrak, have such maps. Station signage, a visitor to our organization, Matthew Price, pointed out there is no electronic displays and poor signage at Maplewood and South Orange stations, result of which passengers often have to wait for trains on the wrong platform. Better signage would help these passengers. Next, transparency. We need data. At our August meeting, we passed a resolution, which is attached to my statement, calling on you and Governor Murphy to insist the release of data about two systemic problems. Translucency, almost opacity, certainly not transparency on New Jersey Transit multi-level rail cars, the reduction of peak hour Riverline service by 50% with quote-unquote added buses. They're not added at all, but replacements for missing trains. And finally, all bus stop locations must be marked. Lackawanna Coalition fought for late night substitute bus service when, well, that's it.
Thank you. Are there any board member comments?
Yes, I'd like to comment.
Okay, Board Member Thomas.
Thank you. I would like to express my concerns regarding the switch in healthcare providers. We all know the critical importance of comprehensive health benefits. Health benefits are more than a perk. They are a vital component to the employees and their well-being and productivity. Investing in employees' health supports companies' values and a commitment to their well-being. I wholeheartedly understand labor's position today and last month. And I stand with my ATU brothers and sisters, Amalgamated Transit Union, and labor unions. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any additional board member comments?
Yes.
Board Member Nara?
Megan. I just want to say, in response to the several people who raised the issue of the customer advocate, that the hiring of a public advocate is in its final stages. And that's all the information I can give at this time.
Thank you. Any additional board member comments?
No, just thank you, everybody, for taking the time out here to speak to all the speakers. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Board Member Cruz was sent the Operations and Customer Service Committee report.
Thank you, Chair. The Operations and Customer Service Committee received an update on trends, analysis, and actions for rail, bus, light rail, and access link. The committee also received an update on the cost of service. That concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you. Board Member Caniff will present the Administration Committee report.
Thank you. The Administration Committee received a financial update. This included a summary of operating results compared to the previous year's comparable period and fiscal year 25 budget, 12-month fare box revenue compared to pre-COVID, major balance sheet items, and federal COVID-19 relief grant drawdown summary. Additional information was provided as part of the agenda materials, including the cost of service, key performance indicators, 12-month fare box recovery, history of vacancies, attrition and hires, ridership and revenue, and a monthly budget to actual comparison for July 2024. The committee also received updates from Human Resources and Equal Employment Opportunity and Affirmative Action, and that concludes my report.
Thank you. Board Member Wise will present the Capital Planning Policy and Privatization Committee report.
If there is an alternative board member who can report, I can't access the script at the moment remotely.
The Capital Planning, Policy, and Privatization Committee reviewed the board items for the Engineering Arc Flash Hazard Analysis, Mitigation, and Electrical Safety Program development at NJ Transit facilities system-wide, NJ Transit Resilience Program, Delco Lead Storage and Inspection Facility, and County Yard Improvements Project, construction services to support GC.02 project, and consulting services for undergrade bridge inspections, movable bridges. That concludes Evan's report. Thank you.
Board Member Cruz, can you present the Energy and Sustainability Policy Committee report?
Happy to. The Energy and Sustainability Policy Committee received an update on the Sustainability Plan, federally funded projects, and the Access Link and local programs electric vehicles transition planning. That concludes that report as well. Thank you.
Thank you. President and CEO Corbett will present the action items.
Thank you, Chair. I'd now like to introduce Rich Schaefer, Senior Vice President, Capital Programs, to present item 2409-51 regarding County Yard Delco.
Thank you, CEO Corbett. We are presenting for approval item 2409-51, NJ Transit Resilience Program, Delco Lead Storage and Inspection Facility and County Yard Improvements Project, construction services to support the GC.02 project. Authorization is requested to enter into a contract with George Harms Construction Company, Incorporated of Howell, New Jersey, to provide construction services to support the GC.02 Delco Lead County Yard project in the amount of $497,977,585.35 plus 10% for contingencies, subject to the availability of funds. We ask for your approval of item 2409-51.
We have a motion to approve board item 2409-51. May I have a second?
So moved, Caniff.
Any discussion? Meg, please take a roll call vote.
Roll call vote. Board Member Brantis? Yes. Board Member Medina?
Yes.
Board Member Nara? Board Member Nara? Board Member Weiss?
Yes.
Board Member Caniff? Board Member Cruz?
Yes.
Vice Chair Carson?
Yes.
Chair O'Connor?
Yes.
Board Member Nara, are you able to vote?
She's shaking her head no.
Okay,
Because
all right. We'll just skip her. We have motions carried. For the record, Board Member Medina is recused from item 2409-52 and will not comment or vote on the item.
Great. Thank you, Megan. Now I'd like Rich to continue to presenting item 2409-52 regarding Market Street Bus Garage. Rich.
Thank you, CEO Corbett. We are presenting for approval item 2409-52, Market Street Bus Garage Rehabilitation Project, construction and construction management contract amendments. Authorization is requested to approve additional funding in the amount not to exceed $6 million plus 10% for contingencies to negotiate and execute necessary changes to a contract with DMR Construction Services Incorporated of Waldwick, New Jersey, for the construction of Market Street Bus Garage rehabilitation, subject to the availability of funds. Authorization is also requested to approve additional funding in the amount not to exceed $2 million plus 5% for contingencies to provide necessary funding for a contract with AECOM Tishman of Piscataway, New Jersey, to provide additional construction management services for the Market Street Bus Garage rehabilitation project, also subject to the availability of funds.
We ask for your approval of item 2409-52.
May I have a motion to approve Board Item 2409-52? May I have a second?
Moved, Canif.
Any discussion? Meg, please take a roll call vote.
Roll call vote, Board Member Brontes? Yes. Board Member Nara?
Yes, and I apologize for the technical problems before.
No problem. Board Member Weiss?
Yes.
Board Member Caniff? Board Member Cruz?
Yes.
Vice Chair Carson?
Yes.
Chair O'Connor?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Good, thank you. And I'll ask Rich to present his last item for today, 2409-53, regarding arc flashing hazards.
I apologize. For the record, Board Member Medina is recused from item 2409-53 and will not comment or vote on the item.
All right, Rich.
Thank you, CEO Corbett. We are presenting for approval 2409-53, Engineering Arc Flash Hazard Analysis, Mitigation, and Electrical Safety Program Development at NJ Transit Facilities System-wide. Authorization is requested to enter into a contract with Burns Engineering Incorporated of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, to fully fund assessment, testing, engineering, and corrective actions for New Jersey Transit's electrical equipment system-wide in the amount of $6,292,738.18 plus 5% for contingencies, subject to the availability of funds. We ask for your approval of item 2409-53.
May I have a motion to approve Board Item 2409-53? May I have a second?
Second, Canif.
Any discussion? Meg, please take a roll call vote.
Roll call vote, Board Member Brontes?
Yes.
Board Member Nara?
Yes.
Board Member Weiss?
Yes.
Board Member Caniff?
Yes.
Board Member Cruz?
Yes.
Vice Chair Carson?
Yes.
Chair O'Connor?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Rich, okay, I'd now like to introduce Jim Sincaglia, Senior Vice President and General Manager of Rail Operations, present Board Item 2409-54 regarding undergrade rail bridge inspections.
Thank you, President Corbett. We are presenting for approval item 2409-54, Consulting Services for Undergrade Bridge Inspections, Movable Bridges. Authorization is requested to award separate contracts to Majeski and Masters Incorporated of Mount Laurel, New Jersey, Hardesty and Hanover LLC of Hamilton, New Jersey, and HDR Incorporated of Newark, New Jersey to perform in-depth structural, electrical, mechanical, and underwater inspections, evaluations, and load ratings of 14 undergrade movable and fixed railroad bridges at a cost not to exceed $1,269,950.93, $1,293,150.43, and $1,171,879.88 respectively, for a total cost of $3,734,981.24, plus 5% for contingency, subject to availability of funds. We ask for approval of item 2409-54.
May I have a motion to approve Board Item 2409-54? May I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Meg, please take a roll call vote.
Roll call vote, Board Member Brontes?
Yes.
Board Member Medina?
Yes.
Board Member Nara?
Yes.
Board Member Weiss?
Yes.
Board Member Caniff? Yes. Board Member Cruz?
Yes.
Vice Chair Carson?
Yes.
Chair O'Connor?
Yes.
Motion carried. For the record, Board Members Brown and Thomas are recused from item 2409-55 and will not comment on the item.
Thank you. I'd now like to introduce Jackie Stanford, Senior Vice President, Chief Financial Officer, and Treasurer, present Board Item 2409-55, our last item, action item for today, regarding personal injury claim. Jackie?
Thank you, President Corbett. We are presenting for approval item number 2409-55, personal injury claim of the estate of Teresa Maresca. Authorization is requested to settle the claim of the estate of Teresa Maresca through the estate's attorney at an amount discussed in executive session. The Attorney General has approved the proposed settlement, subject to the availability of funds. We ask for your approval of item number 2409-55.
May I have a motion to approve Board Item 2409-55?
So moved, Canif.
May I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Meg, please take a roll call vote.
Roll call vote, Board Member Brontes? Yes. Board Member Medina?
Yes.
Board Member Nara?
Yes.
Board Member Weiss?
Yes.
Board Member Caniff? Yes. Board Member Cruz?
Yes.
Vice Chair Carson,
Yes.
Chair O'Connor.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Before we adjourn to executive session, I want to let the public know we will return to adjourn the meeting, but no further business will be conducted. May I have a motion to enter into executive session to discuss personnel matters, contract negotiations, the status of pending and anticipated litigation, and matters falling within the attorney-client privilege. May I have a motion? I have a second.
Second.
Any discussion? Meg, please take a roll call vote.
Roll call vote, Board Member Brontes?
Yes.
Board Member Medina?
Yes.
Board Member Nara?
Yes.
Board Member Weiss?
Yes.
Board Member Kena?
Yes.
Board Member Cruz?
Yes.
Vice Chair Carson?
Yes.
Chair O'Connor.
Yes.
Motion carried.
I hereby reconvene the open session board meetings.
I will now take roll call. Board Member Brontes? Board Member Medina?
Here?
Board Member Nara?
Here.
Board Member Weiss?
Here.
Board Member Kaniff?
Here.
Board Member Cruz?
Here.
Chair O'Connor.
Here. Since there is no further business, may I have a motion to adjourn the board meeting?
So moved.
May I have a second? Second. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carried, meeting adjourned.